Yes, I did.
And when we started this forum, we got a lot of questions, or my mic is messed up. We got a lot of tweets with people asking about your book, Return to Love. And they were pointing out quotes where you wrote, "We are not punished for our sins, but by our sins. Sickness is not a sign of God's judgment on us, but of our judgment on ourselves." And many have believed that you've suggested that positive thought could help people get through HIV/AIDS diagnosis.
Many people believe that I was saying what?
That you've thought positive thinking could help someone with an HIV diagnosis. So first, I'd love to get your thoughts on these quotes and how your mind and your thinking has changed over the years. And also, I'd love to hear how you plan to end the HIV epidemic.
Well, first of all, my thoughts haven't changed over the years because there's nothing in what you just read that was anything to indicate anything such that if somebody had had positive thoughts, they wouldn't have gotten AIDS. I never said anything like that. There's nothing in my books like that. There's nothing in my experience, and there are many, many people on my website, Marianne 2020, in response to these really vicious smears, I must say. There is a video of some people who were there at the time. My sister had breast cancer. If anyone had suggested that there was some lack of love involved or that her thinking would fix it, that is so anathema to not only anything I've ever believed, but also anything I've ever said. This is what I believed. I believed that with love for each other, we could get through it. And with my behavior, I demonstrated that. I also would like to point out, at the beginning of that epidemic, and for years into it, there was no medicine. There was no medicine. So what I did was I founded an organization called the Los Angeles Center for Living, and then a Manhattan Center for Living, where we had non-medical support services for people with AIDS, basically, mainly AIDS, also other life-challenging illnesses. I noticed one day I walked in and I said, "Where's David? Or where's John?" Because people would come during the day, they wouldn't have to experience the disease alone. They would have food, they could watch movies with people, they could have Reiki, they could have therapy, they could do grief counseling, they got massages, which was a big deal. And I would say, "Where's John?" And they would say, "Well, John isn't here today." I'd say, "Why is John not here?" "Well, he couldn't leave the house today." I'd say, "Well, how's he going to eat?" They'd say, "Well, I don't know." I said, "Well, we have to have somebody take him food." And there were so many of those cases that then we started an organization that was a project of the LA Center for Living called Project Angel Food, which was a Wheels on Wheels delivery service to homebound people with AIDS. And today it has served over 12 million meals.
Which is amazing.
We just had a 30th anniversary the other night.
That's amazing. So tell us more about, President Trump has put out a plan, or he says he's putting out a